I left prison. I was leaving the prison in street clothes. I left 11 years early. I came home 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I came home. And I was on a mission, man. And I was just a broke down dude that's just hungry, and I refuse to fail. I refuse to give up. I may make mistakes. I may do it the first time, the second time, but failure's only failure until you stop trying. Listen, some of you, you're afraid and you're letting fear, whatever your dream, whatever your goal, whatever it is that you want to achieve, you're letting fear paralyze you. Listen to me, you're never going to know if you can swim unless you jump in the water. You're not a product of your environment. You're not a product of your external storm, what you have or what you don't have, where you come from or what you don't come from. The traumas, the abuses, the good and the bad, none of that dictates, but it's what you will do in the moment. What's your response? And he said this quote, and man, I live by it. He said, as long as there's breath in your lungs, there's hope in your heart. As long as you're breathing. You don't have to get it right the first time. It's not about perfection. And so some of you, maybe you struggled and you've messed up and you've relapsed, or you've made some hiccups, and even some of us that aren't struggling with addiction, you've made some poor business choices, some poor relationship choices, you've struggled. I'm telling you what, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Giving up is not an option. Giving up on your loved ones is not an option. Giving up on your sobriety is not an option. And I know some of us in here, you're like, Nate, bro, yeah, man, you're right. But my community's already labeled me. People have already written me off. You don't know my story. You don't know about what's happened to me here. But see, I know who you really are. I know who you are when no one's around. I know who you are when it's just you and yourself and your thought process and your whole life. I know who you are when you wake up and you roll out of bed and you stand in front of that mirror and you brush your gums. I know who you are. You're a young man or a young woman who does not like what they see in the mirror. You have no self-esteem. You have no self-value. You have no self-worth. You're broken inside. Maybe your home life's tore up. Maybe you don't know what it's like and you don't know how to express your anger or your issues, and you don't like what you see. You're trying to chase these images down. You don't think you're beautiful, so you masquerade and you put on your fake face and you put on your fake attitude, and you struggle with life, so you wear a mask because you don't know how to express your pain and your anger. But I do know that you matter, and I do know that you have friends around you, and I do know that you have counselors and teachers and people surrounding you, and you don't have to do this on your own. We're in this together. I refuse to believe that addiction and living a life full of drugs and bound to these thoughts and these failures is all that we have. It's not. I'm 10 years sober, and I promise I don't white knuckle it. I'm not counting the days. I'm just chasing down my dream, and I'm no different than any one of you in here. And so for all of you, sometimes I feel like you're broken. For all of you, sometimes I feel like you've made too many mistakes. For all of you, sometimes I feel like you're a failure. Like, you need to understand something. Like, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what some of the things in your life that seem broken and they seem like they're in shambles and like nobody understands you and that you feel alone, you're a failure, and you feel like you can't achieve, and you feel like people have labeled you. At the end of the day, everything that you've been through, I just need to challenge you, like, to do it afraid. Color your picture, because broken crowns color just as beautiful as brand new ones. Change doesn't happen by accident. Change takes intentional choices to be different. And that's just truth. Today, I'm gonna give my attitude all that I got. I'm gonna give working on my character all that I got. I wanna try to be responsible with all that I got. I wanna be the best me with everything that I got, with all that I got. If we can every day look in the mirror and say, I don't need to be perfect, but I wanna progress today. Every day, I'm gonna get a little bit better. I promise you, accountability and transparency will change your life. As much as you wanna sometimes isolate and be by yourself and think that you can do this on your own, you can't. You're not an island, and you can't do this on your own. And it's, yes, we gotta have our good friends. We need to have those people that can encourage us, but it's not just on a horizontal level. There has to be a vertical level. Those coaches, those mentors, those people that have been through some things in life, you need them in your life. You need
counselors and people in your life that can see you and see your blind spots, because we normally in life, we will not see our blind spots.
Make good choices, great things happen. You see, every choice that I can make, listen, I can't control what you think about me. I can't control your opinion of me. I can't control what you say about me, but I control how I react, respond, and what I do with my life. I'm in control of my life. I don't let external factors control me. I'm in control of my life. Because sometimes life can be tough.
But I'm here to tell any of you in here, if you're battling, if you're struggling, you've got to know when to cut anchor and go on about your life, because you can't be letting people live rent-free up here. You can't be letting people hold you back, and who you surround yourself with matters.
Change doesn't happen by accident. Change takes intentional choices to be different, and that's just truthful. It's like when you look in a rear view mirror. When you look in the rear view mirror, the words read, things in the mirror are closer than they appear. And I need every one of you young men and young ladies to understand that your dreams and your goals, they're right there in front of you. 9 years ago, man, I did this, and I would encourage some of you too. I took a piece of paper and I wrote down my dreams and my goals, and I slapped it on a bathroom mirror. And every single day I would wake up and I would look at it. And I said, every choice that I make, every decision that I make, I'm going to bounce it off. Is that going to help my dream become real, or is it going to help destroy my dream? And if the choices that I'm making are helping my dream, that's the choice for me. But if the choices we're making are destroying our dreams, that's not the choice for you. You have to learn to become mission, goal, dream oriented, and not in the moment impulsive oriented. So those dreams and goals that some of you have that may seem larger than life, good. That's what I want you to go after. And don't let the fear of the failure, don't let the fear of perfection hold you back. You won't be perfect. You will make mistakes. But I promise you this, you're never going to know if you can sink or if you can swim unless you jump in the water.
You can realize something. This is your moment to change. This is your moment to realize you don't have to do or be what anybody else thinks of you, what anybody else expects you to be. You can be you. And you can become what you want to become.
Because hard work and tenacity and refusing to quit and chasing your dream, you'll get there, I promise you. Maybe you don't hit the star, but you'll land on the moon. You don't give up, and you go after it, and you stop caring about the opinions of people around you. Stop blaming everybody from your hurts. Take ownership of your life. Take off your mask. Don't feed the bear. Make good choices. Be a best friend. Encourage somebody. Be a voice of hope and inspiration. This is your moment.